In this part, we'll be discussing about reproduction in case of Pinus. Pinus is monoecious in nature. In the sense, it is going to produce both male and female cone on the same plant, but only thing is that they are present on the different branches. So we can make out here, this is the male cone and this is a female cone present on the same plant but on the different branches. These are the needle green foliage leaves. Many male cones are present in the form of cluster. They are usually in the form of group or in the form of cluster. Each consists of many microsporophylls. These microsporophylls are a leaf-like structure which usually contain a microsporangia. Now microsporangia is a sac. Inside this sac microspores are present. Usually the microspores in case of Pinus, they are called as pollen grains. So these pollen grains are present in a sac. That sac is microsporangia. Another name for this microsporangia is pollen sac. These pollen sac are present on a leaf-like structure called as microsporophylls. These microsporophylls are going to form a compact structure. That compact structure we are going to call it as in a cone or a strobili, which are usually in the form of clusters in case of male cone. In case of female, the female cone consists of megasporophyll, which we'll be speaking very soon. Now concentrating on male cones, these male cones develop on the plant prior to the female cones, that is earlier to the female cones. That's the reason it is like a protandrous type of thing where we can see male cones are mature prior to the female one. This is just to avoid the self-pollination. Now these male cones, they are usually present on the long shoot in clusters in the axil of scaly leaves on the long shoot. Okay, this image explains the same thing. So we have a long shoot which is of unlimited growth because of the presence of the apical bud at the tip, and on the long shoot what we have is dwarf shoot. This dwarf shoot bears the green needle foliage leaves. Apart from the presence of the male cone on the long shoot, we have these scaly leaves. So scaly leaves are present on the long shoot as well as on the dwarf shoot. Now where exactly these male cones are formed on the long shoot is in the axil of the scaly leaves. It means, like, if you are going to consider this as a long shoot, we have scaly leaves here. In the axil, in the sense this space, this is the axil. These are the scaly leaves. This is the long shoot. So this is the axil. In this space what arises is male cone. Each male cone is ovoid in shape and it ranges like in centimeter, usually 1.5 to 2.5 centimeter in length. Male cone consists of a large number of megasporophylls and they are arranged in spirally on the cone axis. Now what this means is this diagram. Yeah. So when we are going to take a longitudinal section of the male cone, this is the image how it is going to appear. A male cone consists of a large number of megasporophylls. These are the leaf-like structures. These leaf-like structures called as microsporophylls. If I have termed the word megasporophyll, I am really sorry. We are speaking here of the male cone, so microsporophylls. Large number of microsporophylls will be present, which are arranged spirally on the cone axis. So this will be the cone axis. Centrally there is a cone axis. On either side of the cone axis what is present is large number of leaf-like structures called as microsporophylls. Now each microsporophyll, this is an enlarged view of a single microsporophyll. How it appears? It is small, it is membranous and brown colored structure. Yes. Now this microsporophyll, it is comparable to the stamen of the flowers in case of angiosperms. What is stamen? Stamen is nothing but it has got two parts. One is filament, another one is anther. So this entire structure we are going to call it as what? A stamen. We have filament and we have anther. This entire structure is what? Stamen. This is a part of a flower. In case of angiosperms, this part is comparable to the microsporophyll here. How in the sense, because we have a small stalk. This stalk is nothing but a filament with a terminal leafy expansion. This will be the anther, which is going to act as an apophysis. Apophysis is nothing but a lid-like structure, cover-like structure at the tip. And apart from these apophysis and a small stalk, what we have on the lower surface of the that is on the ventral surface of the microsporophyll, two sacs or two bag-like structure. These are called as what? Microsporangium, in which microspores are present. So we can call this even as a pollen sac. Inside pollen sac, what we have is pollen grains. Each microspore or pollen grains is a round structure and yellow in color. They are light weighted, they are uninucleate with two outer coverings, that is a thick outer exine and thin inner intine. So this is a structure of a pollen grain, which is usually circular in nature, and they are usually yellow in color. They are light weighted, they are uninucleate, and covered by two layers, usually exine and intine. Now, when this exine is going to protrude out on two sides in the form of a balloon-shaped wings, which are helpful in floating as well as dispersal of the pollen grain. What exactly this means is, we have these two structures here. These two structures are what and how they originated? They are nothing but an expansion of the exine. When exine is going to protrude out, it will form this wing-shaped structure, balloon-like wing-shaped structure on either side of this microspore. So center there is a microspore. On either side we have this wing-shaped structure which are arrived from the exine. What is the role of this wing-shaped structure? Is nothing but they are going to help this microspore to fly in the sense disperse in presence of the wind. They are light weighted and they are yellow in color. So these wings help in floating and dispersal of the pollen grains. So this was a description regarding the male cone in case of Pinus. Thank you.